Xbox has been all over the headlines lately, and I wanted to share my opinions on what appears to be their path moving forward. But let's break that all down. Up next. What's going on, guys? It's Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. And before we get into today's video, I want to shout out each and every one of you guys. We're around 920 subscribers, so it's looking like, hopefully, before the end of the year, we're gonna hit 1,000, so let's keep that train moving. And if you're new here, I do think you should hit that subscribe button. So last week, Xbox had a very busy week, and this is all with a ton of new bits of info in regards to a handheld console, their future within the gaming space itself, and what constitutes what exactly an Xbox is. Now, the bigger thing that stole a lot of eyes was this idea that there was no red line in regards to big IPs that could come over to rival platforms. And mainly when people got talking, Halo, Gears of War, and Forza all came up in conversation to go over to the PS5. Now, I want to stress this point that this doesn't really mean the plan is in motion, and that Halo is indeed going over to the PS5 tomorrow. Again, this is just them leaving this door open for that option down the road, especially if they see the right situation fall in their lap. Now, the thing I wanted to talk about today, seeing how I was quite the busy man over the weekend, was this whole quote-unquote "this is an Xbox" ad that seemed to get a lot of people talking. At first, many people seen this as Xbox's way to signal to fans they are leaving the console space. And I really don't think that this is what it's all about. Since I have been keeping a close eye on Xbox since I started this here channel, I really didn't see any new or shocking information on display in this ad. Did we all forget that they had this tagline they used a while back that they want to get Xbox games on any screen? Or was it anything that had Game Pass on it? One of the two. Pretty much anything with a screen that can play games, more specifically Xbox games, could be in their wheelhouse. And I do think they still want people to get their consoles, seeing how that's where a big chunk of Game Pass subscribers come from. But this is the new age. We're in 2024. Xbox isn't just tied to consoles anymore. Nowadays, they're heavily invested in platforms like the cloud and PC. Especially over recent years, they've been pushing that heavily. Now that brings us to today with this interview from Rolling Stone that Phil Spencer did, and he even went as far to talk about where that growth for them needs to come from moving forward. Quote, "Our biggest growth in Xbox players is on PC and cloud. The console space all up isn't growing, across all of them. We love those customers, but in terms of continuing to expand and grow Xbox, it's about PC, it's about cloud, and it's about making our games more available in more places." And then he continued, "We'll definitely do more consoles in the future and other devices." So there you have it. Once again, it's been put out there. I don't really think we need to speculate anymore in regards to Xbox's future plans. Phil Spencer confirmed a handheld console that is in the works, but that's later down the line. PC and the cloud are big points of interest in them moving forward. And we will indeed see more Xbox consoles in the future. And that's all despite our bickering online. Now, this goes without saying how well those specific consoles sell for Xbox moving forward. All kind of hinges on this multi-platform approach and how that fares. But as of right now, that's kind of yet to be seen in a more full-scale approach. Now, I do think that will play a pretty big role in all this moving forward. But again, if that next-gen console is this quote-unquote largest technical leap forward, that could possibly be Xbox's ace up their sleeve. Then real quick, because I couldn't let this point slide from this interview, in a weird turn of events, Phil Spencer threw shade at the PS5 Pro. And let's see what he had to say. Quote, "We think about hardware that can create unique value for our players or creators on our platform. We don't need to do incremental hardware for our own benefit. Does a new device really give you a unique experience on screen in some way? It's less like the old days, going from the original Xbox to the 360. That was standard definition to high definition. Now it's harder to show the benefits." And again, Phil Spencer ain't wrong there. But at the same time, I think it's pretty crazy to see Phil Spencer openly stating that the PS5 Pro really wasn't made with the consumer in mind, and that PlayStation is essentially milking their fans. Again, you know how I feel about that console, but I always said the price was too damn high. And that just makes it look like Sony's taking advantage of their fan base by releasing said device. Now again, presenting both sides of the coin here, I really think whether you think Phil Spencer is right or wrong in saying that, that's up to you. And I do think when talking about the hardware specifically, the PS5 Pro is a great console. Again, it's the price point, and do we really need it right now? And I also think it depends if you think this incremental upgrade system is a good business model or not. And then when you compare that to Xbox's strategy of just waiting to release a console that is a noticeable upgrade, especially over the prior one, again, that's pretty much up to you. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pass this question off to you guys. What do you think about Xbox's strategy moving forward? Do you think there's more under the surface here as far as that ad goes? I really don't know, but I do want to hear from you guys. But that about does it here. I've been K-Lo, I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.